Random cards represent the items for sale because no one can predict them in advance. But it's no problem for me since I already know when specific items will be sold. As he thought about it, Ryu Min clicked on today's item list. Today is the day the epic item I need goes on sale. The system interface displayed a list of randomly sold items. Skeleton necklace, necklace type, epic grade, effect. Intelligence, attack speed plus 1% per enemy killed, stacking up to 25% until the end of the round. Restriction, apprentice. And above, durability, 500/500, price, 4,600 gold, remaining sale time, 23 hours, 39 minutes, 59 seconds. Purchase. Ryu Min was ecstatic as the item he wanted appeared. This is the skeleton necklace I need. A faint smile appeared on his face. This equipment boosts intelligence and attack speed, and considering its effect, the price is quite reasonable. Since I have what I want, I should make the most of it. Ryu Min returned to the homepage and opened the item warehouse. A discount coupon popped up on the system interface, along with its usage rules. 50% discount coupon, any item purchased today will receive a 50% discount upon completing the upgrade quest. You are eligible for a 50% discount on today's purchases, valid only for this round. Restriction, apprentice and above. Item description, a reward available only for players who have completed the second round of side quests. If not used this round, it will automatically expire. Ryu Min thought for a moment, his finger already reaching for the purchase button. If I use this 50% discount coupon to buy the necklace. The remaining gold after purchase puzzled him. Gold balance, 13.94. Ryu Min suddenly stood up. I still have this much gold. He rested his chin on his hand, thinking back to the items he originally planned to buy. I initially intended to use the remaining gold to buy a set of common equipment. Recalculating in his mind, he recalled some support skills he wanted. But if I save up another 6,000 gold, I can buy an additional common skill. Skills are more useful than regular equipment. He rested his chin on his hand, a smile forming on his lips. I need to earn 6,000 gold as soon as possible. Luckily, there are plenty of monsters in the third round. Time passed, and on March 1, 2023, the town center's gemstone emitted a purple glow. Countless residents gathered around it, some even displaying golden radiance on their bodies. The day had finally arrived. Players began appearing in the third round game area and the central zone. There's a massive purple gemstone here, glowing intensely. Damn it, I got dragged into this world again. Forced into the game, the players started talking among themselves. This isn't the forest this time. Where are we? Some cautiously observed their surroundings before making a statement. The buildings are destroyed, but this looks like a village. Hearing this, a voice suddenly retorted, "Village, my ass. This place is a complete ruin." They even noticed the towering walls surrounding their location. Look, the walls surrounding the village are real. It was then that the players finally paid attention to the massive, eye-catching purple gemstone in the center. What is that crystal? What are we supposed to do in the third round? At that moment, Ryu Min appeared in the distance, silently observing everything. This place feels so unfamiliar, and everyone looks anxious. His gaze fell on a single person who seemed completely unfazed. The only one who appeared indifferent was Young Jiha. As the scene shifted to Young Jiha's calm expression, murmurs began behind him. Isn't that guy the representative of the evil faction? As time passed, more and more people whispered behind his back. Yeah, Life is a documentary, that's him. I heard he's a gang leader and even threatened me with a sword to make me vote for him. Amidst their murmurs, his name was mentioned. The real representative should have been Black Hook, not this murderous maniac. Suddenly, someone raised a hand and quietly warned their companion. Hey, he can hear you. He has power now. But it seemed Young Jiha had No intimidating presence, as the person nonchalantly retorted, who cares? His power can only be used 10 times. Nothing to be afraid of. Hearing this, Young Jiha finally lost his temper and spun around, roaring, "You bastards, shut the hell up." Ironically, his outburst had no effect, and instead, more people began mocking him. What's he yelling about? As if we can't curse back. Not backing down, Young Jiha pointed at the crowd and demanded, "Who's whispering?" At that moment, the murmuring group finally realized they were in trouble and stopped talking. His face twisted in anger as he cursed in his mind, "Damn it, I knew this would happen. If only that damn angel had kept quiet." At this moment, a pair of shiny leather shoes suddenly appeared. Young Min immediately stood in front of him, lowered his head, and respectfully greeted, "Hello." Many people recognized him and started whispering in confusion, "What is Huang Yongmin doing?" Ignoring the surrounding doubts, he sincerely looked up at Jongsik and said, "Life is like a play. Brother Jongsik, Senior Joe Jongsik, I have come to greet you." Jongsik calmly looked at him and then asked, "Are you my underling?" Yongmin immediately replied, "Not yet. I'm just a 20-year-old young man with a dream of becoming a member of the underworld." Hearing this, Jongsik was full of question marks, furrowing his brows and thinking, "This guy wants to join the underworld. Is he crazy?" Yongmin displayed an expression of extreme admiration and said with a smile, "You are my role model. I really want to join your gang, Jongsik." Before he could ask further, he was stunned by what happened next. "What are you?" Yongmin suddenly knelt on the ground and declared firmly, "I am willing to follow you for life. Please accept me." Seeing this, Jongsik couldn't help but smile. "I've seen plenty of lunatics in my life, but this guy is on another level. I like his spirit." Thinking this, he told him to stand up, "Get up." Yongmin immediately responded eagerly, "Yes, boss." Afterward, Jongsik curiously asked, "Are you blind? Don't you know my reputation has fallen? You still want to follow me?" Yongmin shamelessly answered, "So what?" Clenching his fist and pounding his chest, he continued, "You are someone I admire." He looked Jongsik in the eye and said something touching, "As long as you accept me, I don't care what others think." Being so praised and idolized, Jongsik couldn't help but smile. "I like your answer. Fine, I'll take responsibility for teaching you." Overwhelmed with gratitude, Yongmin repeatedly bowed and said, "Thank you, big brother. It's my honor." Seeing his crazy actions, everyone around was shocked. This guy just joined the team. Life is like a play. Is he insane? Someone couldn't help but sigh, birds of a feather flock together. From afar, Ryu Min had been watching everything and nodded in satisfaction. This time, he's teamed up with Joe Jongsik again. That's definitely a good thing. Just then, an angel suddenly appeared in the sky and asked, "Is everyone here?" She slowly scanned the players below and then smiled, saying, "Look, 90 more people are missing today." Some players didn't understand what she meant and asked in confusion, "Missing people?" Another player couldn't help but ask, "What do you mean?" But before he could finish his sentence, a system notification popped up in front of him. One after another, players received the same notification, "Main quest, protect the holy relic across all regions for 3 hours. Total participants, 856,030,200. Completed, 0/214,007,550. Current region X45-5, total participants, 4,900. Completed, 0/1-225. Upon seeing the third round notification, the other players immediately grew restless. Are we really short on people? How did this happen? The angel, however, spoke unhurriedly, "How could that be? More people have died again for no reason. It seems like you've already started killing each other in the real world. I keep wondering how intense your competition can get." At that moment, a player suddenly noticed a crucial detail and urgently shouted to the others, "Wait, everyone, look at the number of people who can pass this round." Other players noticed that some people could actually pass such a harsh third round test, and they were immediately terrified. 1225. People. What's going on? Only a quarter left. One person boldly asked the angel, "This is too strange. Is there an error?" Hearing his question, the angel burst out laughing. An error? Then, she casually voiced the player's thoughts. What do you want? There's no mistake at all. It seems you're scared because fewer people are able to complete the task. She then asked, but did you forget? The players below looked at each other in shock as she spoke. In every round, only half of the people survive. The angel didn't stop smiling. Instead, she cruelly explained, but everyone survived the last round, so it's reasonable that only a quarter survived this round, right? The players were stunned when they heard this. This. Her beautiful but vicious eyes coldly swept over the people below as she said bluntly, "There's nothing unfair. You just need to try to get into the top 25%. Then, she started explaining the rules for this round. Alright, now I will explain the rules for the third round. The angel slowly explained. Every 30 minutes, monsters from my army will appear in front of the castle gate, with the goal of the holy relic at the center of the village. Her figure still hovered in the air, looking down at the ground. There will be a total of 4 waves of attacks, and everyone must cooperate to protect the holy relic. She continued to explain the importance of the purple gem. If you can protect the holy relic within 3 hours, you will receive an additional reward. If you fail, you will face severe punishment. She didn't forget to mention the player rankings either. In the end, whether you succeed in protecting the relic or not, your rank will be determined by the number of monsters you kill. While listening to the rules, the players anxiously looked at the castle gates. Due to the nature of this round, more monsters will appear than usual, but they only have strength, so they should be easy to deal with, right? Of course, the corresponding gold and experience points will be reduced. The screeching sounds outside the castle gates were constant. Dong-sik, after hearing the ranking rules, confidently smirked, so as long as I kill enough monsters, it's fine. After all, I have command authority. This round will be a breeze. At this moment, the angel suddenly clasped her hands together. I almost forgot. Then, she maliciously added, the representative chosen from the previous round was "Life is like a documentary, right?" She casually continued, from this round on, he can use the command authority, but I bet everyone here is curious about what will happen. After saying this, she emphasized, if the representative dies. When this provocative topic was brought up, a cruel smile appeared on her face. If the representative dies because of monsters or other environmental factors, his position will be vacant. But what if he is killed by another player? Hearing this, Dong-sik froze instantly, his eyes wide open. As the angel's tone became increasingly suggestive, the players around them started to have malicious thoughts. In that case, the player who kills the representative will immediately become the new representative and receive a full 10 chances to command. After finishing, she happily clapped her hands. Well then, that's it. The monsters will appear in 10 minutes, and for the next 3 hours, please work together to survive. Lastly, she said disdainfully, though I'm not sure you can actually manage it. After saying that, she vanished in a flash of light, leaving Dong-sik with a face like he'd eaten something disgusting. He was filled with rage, shouting at the direction where the angel had disappeared. But the next moment, his gaze immediately shifted as he noticed a killing intent behind him. Other players were not preparing to fight the monsters but were instead aiming their weapons at their own kind. Dong-ji saw their actions and was utterly enraged. He summoned his weapon and loudly threatened, "Bastards, come here. I'll deal with each of you one by one." The players stared at him with malicious intent, showing no fear. You act tough, but you can only use the command authority 10 times. The angel already said that whoever kills this guy will become the representative. One shameless player even said greedily, if I become the new representative, even better. At that moment, a figure suddenly appeared. Lu Min, with a calm expression, holding a weapon, slowly walked up behind Dong-ji. Seeing him approach, Dong-ji stuttered in surprise, what are you doing, Black Dog. He stood next to Dongji and spoke, "Don't be afraid, I just want to talk." But all Dongji heard was the word, afraid, and he hesitated before replying, "Afraid? What are you talking about? What do you really want to say?" He then added, "If you're trying to make me submit." But before he could finish, Lu Min interrupted, "I have a suggestion." Facing Dongji's hesitation, Lu Min spoke directly, "I guess you're in a difficult situation right now." He then made an enticing offer, "How about I protect you?" Dongji, surprised and confused, asked, "What?" Lu Min patiently repeated, "I will protect you from other players' attacks. In other words, I'll be your personal bodyguard." Other players, hearing this, were all surprised and started discussing, "Black Dog wants to protect him? Is this some kind of documentary plot? Does that mean we have to be enemies with Black Dog?" For a moment, they hesitated. "What should we do?" Dongji, hearing the others' wariness of Lu Min, secretly thought, "I didn't expect Black Dog to have such influence. Judging by their reactions, this offer is indeed tempting." But he quickly calmed down. "But nothing in this world is free." He then asked with a serious face, "So, what do you want in return?" Lu Min spoke casually, "Nothing special." But his gaze became sharp as he added, "You must obey my orders unconditionally. That's the only condition." Dongji froze, gritting his teeth, thinking, "Is this guy trying to make me his subordinate?" He didn't immediately agree but instead asked cautiously, "Why are you making this offer?" Lu Min answered briefly, "I can't say." Dongji persisted. "You want me to obey? What kind of orders?" Lu Min still didn't budge, "I can't say. You just need to obey my commands unconditionally." Dongji, seeing his dismissive attitude, was angry inside, "So you want me to follow you forever? Damn, do you really think I'm that easy to fool?" But he paused for a few seconds and continued thinking, "Wait, what if I refuse? He won't just attack me in front of everyone, right?" While he was still deep in thought, Lu Min decisively said, "Make your choice." Then he reminded with a meaningful tone, "Others are also waiting for your decision." Dongji hesitated for a while but ultimately chose to reject Lu Min's proposal. Lu Min's eyes flashed coldly as he silently confirmed, as expected, "This guy won't easily submit." The other players, seeing him make such a foolish decision, couldn't help but smirk with glee. He refused. If he had accepted, he could have gone hunting peacefully by now. His pride must be too strong, he doesn't want to obey orders, right? At this point, the players tightened their grips on their weapons, aiming at Dongji, and spoke one after another, "Is honor more important than life? Or does he just not care about us?" Lu Min silently observed everyone's reaction, mentally muttering, "Just like in the previous life." Then, he made the next decision, "It's time to draw the line." With that, he looked at Dongji and said in a calm tone, "Very well, since you refused, there's nothing I can do. From now on, I won't involve myself in what happens here." He decisively turned and left. "Whether you live or die has nothing to do with me." At this, others who heard him said nothing, but began to stir, wanting to attack him. "Did you hear that? The Black Dog no longer cares about you. So should we just deal with this thug now?" Dongji gritted his teeth in anger, but he was powerless and could only pick up his weapon. "Damn it, do I have no choice but to accept that proposal?" At that moment, the system announced the start of the game. The first wave is about to begin. Please prepare to deal with the monster spawns and protect the sacred relic. The players who originally planned to surround Dongji were interrupted by the sudden system announcement. It started. The system briefly explained the game rules. After 30 minutes, no matter how many monsters are killed, the second wave will begin. At this point, other players quickly rallied their teammates to protect the giant purple orb. Everyone, protect the relic. The system then began the countdown, with 2 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds remaining until the level ends. As everyone focused on the city gate, Dongji suddenly had an idea. "I can't fight alongside these people with whom I have conflicts. He turned and looked around, searching for another opportunity to act. Anyway, this is an individual task, I have to go alone. Suddenly, he noticed someone walking calmly in another direction. Where is that guy going? Dong Ji sneakily followed Lu Min. He hid behind a building, observing from a distance. Is he planning to fight alone? Is he heading towards the city gate? At that moment, a voice sounded, announcing the official start of the game. First wave. The city gates slowly opened. The system announced the current number of players. 4,900 players. It then revealed the number of monsters in the first wave. Weak goblins, 9,800. The vicious, bloodthirsty, green-skinned goblin monsters emerged continuously from beyond the city gate, in increasing numbers. Seeing this number, Dong Ji was stunned, his face showing panic. 9,800. The system continued with a message. Due to the special level settings, these goblins only have a third of their normal strength. Then, it sent a blessing before disappearing. Good luck to all players. The self-esteem he had left when refusing that proposal was now completely gone. This is crazy. He could only think about escaping in his mind, then quickly ran away from the city gate. I'll hide first and observe the situation. He ran into a house and immediately leaped up the stairs. But why isn't the black dog moving? Does he plan to fight the goblins at the city gate alone? Although he was anxious, he still analyzed the dangerous situation calmly. Even if the passage at the city gate is narrow, it's wide enough for at least 10 people to pass through at once. While hastily opening the door, Dong Ji's thoughts raced. Does he think he can handle 10 enemies by himself? He then stood on the balcony, observing Lu Min from above in terror. That lunatic is acting arrogant just because his level is slightly higher. I don't even need to look to know that he'll be running away with his tail between his legs after a short while. On the other side, Lu Min was facing goblins baring their teeth and wielding weapons, quickly engaging them. Without hesitation or panic, he raised his scythe high, assuming a combat stance. He then swung his weapon lightly, killing 3 or 4 goblins that charged at him. He calmly lifted his eyes to look. The goblins, one falling, the next immediately charging forward without fear, lunging at him like starving animals. Suddenly, he raised his foot. The scythe gleamed and immediately struck at their vital spots. In a single strike, he killed a group of goblins with an uncatchable speed. Dong Ji, watching from above, was immediately stunned. The black dog is this strong? He then started imagining himself becoming as powerful as the other person once he reached level 16. Will I be this strong when I hit level 16? At this point, he realized that he had wasted too much time leveling up. This isn't the time to think about it. I must level up quickly and become stronger. He then looked at the players who were struggling to complete their tasks. The battle between the players and goblins had become extremely intense. The central area, at some point, had turned into a chaotic place full of death and despair, filled with urgent shouts. Stop them. The West City Gate is about to fall, don't let them get close to the sacred relic. Die. At this moment, Dong Ji no longer hid, but walked out of the house, ready to hunt monsters. It's time for me to go down and kill some goblins. He shouted loudly to attract a goblin. Come here, mobile experience points. Then, he struck it down with a single slash. Just then, he suddenly felt a dangerous aura. Without hesitation, he plunged his weapon into the head of the goblin approaching him. As he withdrew his weapon, he smiled inwardly, satisfied and confident. Thanks to the ancient language detection, I can predict their movements in advance. This is too easy. Suddenly, something flew swiftly toward him. It grazed his cheek, slicing off a small piece of flesh from his ear. Dong Ji turned to look at the thing that had attacked him and immediately discovered an arrow. I've never seen a goblin shoot arrows. Realizing this, he quickly confirmed that a player was attempting to assassinate him. Damn it, who is it? He cursed viciously in his mind. Whoever it is, once I catch them, I'll tear them to pieces. Suddenly, a long spear stabbed into his lower abdomen. Got him. Dongji, enraged, grabbed the spear tightly and shouted, "This bastard." He then pulled with all his strength, drawing the person toward the dagger in his hand. He stabbed the dagger straight into the person's chest. As he pulled the dagger out, he cursed, planning to finish the person off. "Die, bastard." Just then, another arrow flew toward him, grazing his cheek. He immediately looked toward the direction the arrow came from and spotted a figure holding a bow and arrow. Without hesitation, Dongji coldly raised his long spear, aiming at the archer. The guy saw this and was scared into drawing his bow. But before he could release his arrow, it was pierced through his skull by Duji's spear. After dealing with the people around him, he struggled, holding his stomach and thinking, "Damn it, I didn't expect it to be the players I should be worried about, not the monsters. If I weren't the regional representative." At this moment, he regretted it deeply because he had coveted this position. Regional representative, my ass. If I had a choice, I would have given it to someone else. Not only that, but he started rethinking the previous person's suggestion. Should I accept the help of the black dog? But in the end, he was extremely proud and unwilling to submit to anyone. No, a man should have the courage of a man, I can't be his subordinate. He began looking around, searching for other solutions. There must be a way for me to hunt in peace without being disturbed by other players. At that moment, he suddenly noticed a player on the opposite side killing goblins. That guy is. He recognized that the other person's ranking in this area was quite high. Currently ranked third in the area, holding the black dragon tamer in his right hand. Then, he couldn't help but show a mischievous smile. "Yes, it's him," he shouted to the person from behind. "Hey!" The man turned back in confusion upon hearing the voice. "What? Who's there?" Before the other person could react, he immediately used his command power to control the man in front of him. Holding the black dragon tamer in his right hand, he gave the order with a sly grin. "From now on, protect me." Lu Min swung his sword to slay a monster, and the system prompt sounded. The effect of the skull necklace is activated, increasing attack speed by 25%. You have defeated a goblin. Current kill count 502/1000. Triple experience potion used. All attributes increased by 100% due to the slaughter rune effect. Gold plus 3.33, additional reward gold plus 1.66. He focused intently on the system panel, thinking about the status window. Lu Min opened his backpack to check and couldn't help but exclaim, "I've already earned nearly 2,000 gold. A joyful expression appeared on his face, and he slightly raised the corners of his mouth, talking to himself. At this rate, by the second wave of attacks, I can easily earn 20,000 gold, right? The monsters in the distance began to stir, approaching Lu Min, but he remained calm, still thinking. No, in this round, I must accumulate a large amount of gold and then buy 2 universal skills. If I do that, I can get the true heart rune. He gave a cold glance at the monsters, his scarlet eyes sharp as a knife. Lu Min swung his scythe and delivered a fatal blow to the monsters. The monsters behind him growled softly, watching him warily, while he sneered and spoke. What? Not planning to charge? Lu Min raised his scythe high and suddenly charged into the monster group. Then let me strike first. A fiery magic light erupted suddenly, exploding with a deafening sound, causing everyone to panic. What? That sound? What happened? The monster that had been suppressing the young man disappeared in an instant, and the remaining monsters evaporated as well. The system interface displayed, "You have successfully stopped the first wave of attacks." Everyone breathed a sigh of relief. I'm still alive. The system then prompted, surviving players, 3,933, dead players, 967. Surviving players will receive a 500 gold reward. A young man collapsed to the ground and said, "Before the second wave of attacks, I need to rest for a bit." Lu Min looked at the players lying in pools of blood, silently thinking. 967 people died. Even though they weakened the goblins, we still can't let our guard down. He looked around, searching for someone. By the way, where did he go? Lu Min saw Duji gritting his teeth, his face tense, and couldn't help but think. Found him, Duji. Not. Surprisingly, he's still alive, but he's probably going to have a hard time making it through this round. He gasped for breath, clenched his dagger, looked around, and then roared, "Damn it." Dongji frowned in thought but didn't realize the enemy was quietly approaching. These bastards aren't killing the goblins, they're just focusing on me. That guy shouted angrily and suddenly thrust his dagger toward him. Die, Zhao Chong. Before he could reach Dongji, he was attacked by two other people and painfully collapsed to the ground. The command symbol on his head flashed with light, making him secretly smile with pride. Thank goodness for them, command. Authority is really powerful. If they hadn't used their bodies as shields, would have died in the first wave of attacks. Yong Min stood in front of Dongji and asked, "Are you okay?" He looked at Yong Min in confusion, thinking. This madman has been following me the whole time, even though I never forced him with my power. A wound on his abdomen oozed fresh blood, and he let out a painful groan. The blood slowly flowed to Dongji's hand, and his worry deepened. Too much blood loss, in this state, can he survive this round? He gritted his teeth and cursed under his breath. Damn it. Sweat dripped from his forehead, and with each intense pain, he gritted his teeth and persisted, thinking resolutely, I must stay strong and survive this round easily. Suddenly, Dongji and Yong Min both looked behind them. The monsters rushed into the system interface. Second wave, players 3,933 and goblins have been weakened, while jumping goblin 7866 retains only normal strength due to the competition rules. The monsters swung their knives and charged toward Lu Min, and the system displayed a blessing message, wish you victory. In this battle, he moved lightly, swinging his scythe, and the sharp blade slashed through the monsters' bodies. Lu Min used the momentum to leap into the air. He decisively rushed toward the enemy and launched an attack. The sharp scythe swung down, killing the monsters one by one. The monsters' corpses piled up on the ground. Lu Min spun his scythe, delivering a slash that tore through the air. After a moment, he looked up at the system interface. You have reached level 20, your rank has increased from intern to normal level. You can now use the synthesis function. Lu Min raised his hand and gently wiped the sweat off his face, feeling satisfied as he thought, I did it. Finally. Leveled up to 20, now I can use the synthesis function to create unique items that can't be bought in the shop. The system popped up a congratulatory message, you have leveled up to, Dead Glory has been enhanced, extra damage has increased from 100% to 120%. Additionally, you have learned the Grim Reapers. Unique skill, Death Knight. Death Knight effect, create artificial darkness within a 500-meter range using dark energy. The caster can cancel this skill at will. The next skill will unlock at level 40. He read the system notification, thinking, the extra damage of Dead Glory has increased to 120%, and I've learned a new skill. And Death Knight perfectly matches the ancient language of the Grim Reaper, because the darker the night, the stronger the power. The system also displayed the attributes of the ancient language of the Grim Reaper. When using a weapon at night, attack power doubles, and attack speed increases by 50%. When resting at night, the chance of being discovered by enemies is greatly reduced. A swarm of monsters came from all directions to attack Lu Min. He grinned, excited to face them. I just learned a new skill. Lu Min said in a low voice, Death Knight. The monsters froze in terror. A sharp slash was aimed at them. Another fatal slash struck directly at the group of monsters. Each monster was killed one by his scythe. The monsters roared in anger under Lu Min's decisive attacks. His feet lightly landed on the ground. Behind Lu Min, there was a pile of monster corpses lying on the ground. The system displayed, you have successfully blocked the second wave of attacks. 3,343 players survived. Players died, and survivors receive a 500 gold reward. He placed one hand on his waist, sighed, and asked himself, the second wave is dealt with, should I buy some general skills during the break? Lu Min reached out to touch the system store, thinking about the first skill to buy. He selected a skill, detection. Lu Min thought to himself, a magical energy lightly surrounds me. With this, I can detect targets within a 30-meter range. It seems the area within 30 meters is filled with goblin corpses. Should I save up another 20,000 gold? When the system displayed third wave incoming, 3,343 players, against 6,686 weakened fiery goblins, he immediately rushed toward the monsters to attack. Other players also began to charge, using their fists to smash the monsters. The system prompt appeared, you have successfully blocked the third wave of attacks. Lu Min gritted his teeth and launched consecutive strong attacks. The system prompt appeared again, fourth wave incoming, 3,001 players, against 62 weakened ogres. After killing all the monsters, everyone showed exhaustion on their faces. The system displayed, you have successfully blocked the fourth wave of attacks. Dong Xiongji's face turned pale, his forehead dripping with cold sweat, and he gritted his teeth, thinking, only one more hour, as long as I can last another hour, I can survive. He glanced at the people standing in front of him and secretly calculated, the authority has been used up, as long as these guys can still protect me, I won't be in danger. The system panel displayed, fifth wave incoming, 2,700 players, against 10,800 weakened goblins. Dong Xiong Ji stared at the system in shock, 10,000. Why are there so many? The system explained, due to the special rules of this round, the goblins only retain normal strength. Good luck surviving until the end. Huge monsters swung their weapons and charged, and everyone yelled angrily and resisted with all their might, die. He calculated in his mind, I don't need to worry, this is actually a good opportunity to set a record. Dong Xiongji gritted his teeth with ambition, thinking about becoming stronger and tearing apart those who once looked down on him. A roar suddenly made him turn around, and everyone was joining forces to attack those who were protecting him. One of them pointed at him and angrily shouted, it's him. This bastard, the title of representative, is mine, I must kill him this time. He suddenly grabbed the two people beside him, using them as shields to block the attacks, then shouted loudly, you barbarians. It's almost over, block those guards. Stop them. The two people didn't have time to react before they were killed by the combined attackers. Dong Xiongji's eyes were filled with fear. He took a small step back, looking panicked, damn, it's over. He quickly turned and ran, his only thought in mind, this is not the time for hunting. Angry shouts came from behind, he's running. Chase him. Catch him. His legs kept running, and in his mind, he desperately chanted, damn it, just need to survive this wave, only one wave left. Dong Sik stopped and saw Min standing in front of the monster. Black ball. He quickly ran to his side and anxiously said, black ball. I agree to your request. I'll do whatever you say. Please protect me. Lu Min thoughtfully looked at Dong Sik, and he eagerly spoke, I already said I accept this proposal. Black ball, protect me. His eyes suddenly flashed a cold red light, glaring at him, then decisively said, I refuse. Dong Sik was stunned, hearing Lu Min coldly say, I told you before, I don't care about you. Life and death are your own decision. He anxiously shouted, wait, but you were the one who proposed it. I said I would become your subordinate. Didn't I? He turned and left, saying over his shoulder, I don't need a subordinate without command. Dong Sik's face turned pale, gritting his teeth in anger, thinking, that brat means to say I'm useless. If I had known, I would have agreed right away. He suddenly heard a voice from afar, did you see? He already refused. The partners surrounding Dong Sik spoke cunningly, good thing I was still thinking, if Black Ball helped him, what would we do? Life is really like a documentary. Blood once again seeped from his wound on his abdomen, the pain unbearable. One person said, "Now we can kill him as planned." Dong-sik gripped the round knife tightly and yelled, "Damn it, even if I die, at least I'll take one down with me." Yong-min stepped forward and pushed aside a partner. "Senior, are you tired? Let me help you." He looked at him blankly. "Huang Yong-min." He looked at him happily. "Yes, I have you. If I survive and leave here, I'll take good care of you." Before Dong-sik finished speaking, Yong-min punched him and sent him spinning. He fell heavily to the ground. Dong-sik covered his face, crying out in pain. He called out, "Senior." Yong-min showed a dangerous smile and looked at him, saying, "I might as well kill you and let you die quickly." Dong-sik's collar was grabbed by him, and he angrily shouted, "Bastard." He punched him hard. Yong-min kept hitting Dong-sik's face, making him scream in pain. His face became swollen, and blood spilled from his wounds. Dong-sik lay on the ground, eyes wide open, his mind in chaos. "Damn it. Give Dong-sik." He glanced at the person standing in front of him, sneering coldly, thinking angrily, betrayed by this bastard again. Yong-min forcefully raised his foot, concentrating all his power, and kicked Dong-sik fiercely. The system notification appeared, "The documentary life region representative has been killed, and the representative's power has transferred to the attacker Huang Yong-min. He has become the new representative of the region, ESC 45-5. He clenched his fist and excitedly shouted, "Now I am the representative of this region, I am the king here. The system shows that you have become the regional representative. You have gained exclusive command authority as the representative." Yong-min thought in his mind, "Now if I concentrate, I can control Co Aaron according to my will." He slightly narrowed his eyes. Yong-min looked at the already dead Dong-sik and thought, "I'll make good use of this command power." "Don't be angry. Isn't this just Dong-sik's gang leader always running away?" He turned and walked away, his mind filled with sarcasm. How embarrassing. Yong-min turned to look at the collaborators and pointed at Dong-sik loudly, "Did you see that? I beat him badly. Didn't I say I could win?" The others responded, "Ah, yes, okay." The others looked at his blood-stained hands, thinking to themselves, "This bastard killed someone with his bare hands, it's really creepy. What a psycho, who would have thought he'd actually die?" A series of questions from the crowd made the entire region stir up. What happened? Was this bastard always someone who licked up to thugs? Was he planning to betray from the start? Someone who was frightened said, and the person next to him disagreed, "How could someone like him become a regional representative?" The surrounding discussions became chaotic. "Hey, everyone, we have a new representative." "Yeah, really." Yong-min remained silent, quickly running, his mind racing, "Are they planning to target me now? But unfortunately, I know one thing that can help me get out of this situation." He ran in front of Ryu-min and shouted loudly, "Black ball." He asked in confusion, "What's wrong?" Yong-min eagerly said, "Did you see the notification? I'm the regional representative now. I have command authority. Don't you understand?" He placed his hand on his chest and smiled, "I accept the suggestion you made. Life is like a documentary, I will obey, in exchange, please protect me." Yong-min thought in his mind, Dong-sik was abandoned because he had no command authority, so Ryu-min will definitely accept my suggestion, right? Ryu-min decisively spoke, "You don't like my attitude?" He was surprised, "What?" He coldly proposed, "If you kneel and beg me, maybe I'll consider it." Yong-min crouched down, pointing at himself with both hands, "Didn't I say? I have command authority." He coldly stared at him, "So? What? What do you want me to do? You seem to have misunderstood something, but the one at a disadvantage here is you, not me." He fell silent, and Ryu-min sneered. "You want me to protect you? Then kneel down and beg me." Yong-min gritted his teeth and coldly glanced at the people behind him. He suddenly turned around, his gaze locking tightly on Ryu-min. Yong-min knelt on the ground, respectfully bowing his head to Ryu-min and pleading, I will follow all your instructions, please let me become your subordinate. His red eyes slightly narrowed when he said, please, Black Ball. Ryu Min coldly looked at him, and after evaluating, he was tired of seeing this scene. However, unlike Dong Sik, Huang Yong Min is still useful, for now. His words rang out, alright, I agree to your suggestion. Yong Min kept bowing his head and continuously thanked him, thank you, Black Ball. Ryu Min glared at him harshly, enough, I don't want to see your pathetic face anymore. Yong Min was confused, but Ryu Min passed by him indifferently without even glancing at him. The people around whispered, how did it come to this? Will Black Ball protect Yong Min? This is bad, let's attack him together. A guy holding a spear fearfully retorted, haven't you seen Black Dog fight? He can handle many people at once, we don't stand a chance against such a monster. Ryu Min coldly spoke, shocking everyone present. Let me help you make the decision. His sharp gaze swept across everyone, then he said, you have two choices. You can give up the title of regional representative and go back to fighting monsters. Ryu Min swung his scythe in front of them, threatening, or you can die by my hand. His face became terrifying, his voice low and cold. If possible, I recommend you choose the first option. But the second one is fine too, because anyone who dares to fight back with a sword against me is no longer human in my eyes. A guy fearfully hid the knife behind his back and looked at Ryu Min. The others were also greatly frightened and hurriedly turned to run. Go. I beg you, save me, okay? Yong Min knelt on the ground, his eyes locked on the terrifying scene before him, thinking to himself. This is shocking, I didn't expect that with just a few words, Black Dog could make them back down. He stood up, watching Ryu Min's back and reflecting, as an opponent, he's terrifying, but as an ally, there's no one more trustworthy than him. He still had a blank expression, silently speculating, in this atmosphere, it seems like everything is about to end. Ryu Min looked at those who were still struggling against the monster, thinking to himself, we've safely cleared the fifth wave, but... He slightly curled his lips into a mischievous smile, thinking, if this ends here, wouldn't that be uncomfortable? He shouted, Huang Yong Min. Yong Min walked up to him and answered, yes, Black Dog. Ryu Min coldly ordered, do as I say, like you promised. Yong Min asked, what should I do? Follow my orders. Ryu Min turned around, his sharp red eyes sweeping over him, and said, use your command authority 10 times, destroy the relics. He asked in confusion, what? Relics? He was puzzled inside, if the relics are destroyed. Yong Min suddenly remembered the angel's warning, if you can't protect it, you will face severe punishment. He gritted his teeth, full of doubt, but why? If I use the command authority 10 times, can't I turn Co Aaron into my slave? Yong Min asked in confusion, can I ask why? Ryu Min didn't explain, just ordered, shut up, do as I say. Yong Min suggested, can it be 9 times, instead of 10? Ryu Min coldly replied, I won't repeat myself. If you don't want to die, make your choice. His mind was in turmoil, and he said, I understand, I will follow your orders. He spoke with authority, next, I will assign someone to use the command authority for you. Ryu Min pondered for a moment, then said, Shen Qingyu, Chili, Xiao, Bai, don't disturb me, Chun, Xia, Chiu, and then he ordered, instructing these 10 people to destroy the relics. Yong Min was stunned. What? He suddenly looked at the person across from him, thinking, am I included in this? Are you doing this on purpose? The bald man looked at Yong Min, no way. He helplessly said, sorry, this is Black Dog's order, I hope you can understand. His eyes lit up, muttering softly, don't disturb me, Shen Qingyu. The words appeared above the heads of those people, leaving them stunned. Yong Min whispered, Chili, Xiao, Chun, Xia, Chiu. He ordered, go destroy the relics. The system notification warns, the relic is under attack. A person frantically asks, what's happening? A loud bang is heard. A group of people surrounded, raising weapons, ready to destroy the relic. Everyone standing at a distance immediately shouted, "Stop, what are you doing?" They were stunned, watching the group of people, angrily shouting, "What are they doing? Do they want to be punished?" Someone stopped them quickly. "If they keep going, the relic will break." One person rushed forward and tightly hugged the person attacking the relic. "Stop smashing it, stop. Who can stop them?" Another person unhesitatingly swung their knife at the group. Cracks began to appear on the surface of the relic. Soon, the relic completely shattered, and the system notified that the relic had been destroyed. Main mission failed. The system displayed that as punishment for failure, the divine punishment avatar would be summoned within 30 minutes. Everyone panicked. What is a divine punishment avatar? The system displayed, to survive when the divine punishment avatar appears, the game will end within 30 minutes. One person anxiously asked, "Is that a boss?" Ryu Min smiled with interest, looking at the text on the system mission board. Dungeon Mission 3, resist the divine punishment avatar and survive. Reward 3,000 gold coins. Remaining time, 2 hours, 59 minutes, 59 seconds. The system displayed Dungeon Mission 3, resist the divine punishment avatar and survive for 30 minutes, complete it and earn 3,000 gold coins. Remaining time, 0:29:59 seconds. Everyone excitedly discussed. The system says if we survive, we'll get 3,000 gold coins, I told you so. Protecting the relic gives 2,000 gold coins, looks like we're making a big profit this time. I think so too. Ryu Min thought deeply, observing everyone's joy. The reward for the task was clearly much greater than the relic protection reward. After completing the 5th round, I let Huang Yongmin destroy the relic, but I didn't destroy the relic myself because the crowd panicked as the system suddenly issued a notification, player is attacking the relic. 10 players attacking the relic will be punished. The system displayed that all attributes would be permanently reduced by 50%. The people who attacked the relic turned pale and quickly retorted, "What? Attributes reduced? We were just following orders, damn it." A brown-haired man angrily pointed at Yong Min's face and cursed, "Huang Yong Min, you bastard." Yong Min panicked, "Sorry, who knew there would be such a punishment?" He froze, seeing the system continue its notification, due to failing to protect the relic, the area representative will also be punished. Yong Min anxiously received the system message, all attributes will be permanently reduced by 50%. He angrily kicked the wall. Ryu Min stood at a distance, observing the chaotic scene, thinking, permanent attribute reduction is directly related to life and death, it's a fatal blow. It's time to prepare to capture the divine punishment avatar. He shouted loudly, and the system immediately displayed the shop. Ryu Min reached out and selected an item, thinking, use the remaining gold coins to purchase regular items. The system displayed, Assassin's Helmet, Normal Armor, Defense 20, Agility +3, Durability 250, restricts use to normal level and above. After use, always has a blood-stained smell, like an unwashed hat. Long boots, heavy normal armor, Defense 15, Agility +2, Movement Speed +5%, Durability 250, restricts use to normal level and above. The black, tight-fitting long boots looked tight but were very comfortable when worn. Unexpected, he thought, though it only adds a little to the attributes, it helps capture the target. He entered the synthesis area. The next step was synthesizing items. Ryu Min reached out and selected an item, placing it inside. He began synthesizing this item with another and combined it with a magic stone. The system notified that the synthesis was successful, selection complete. All attributes have been added to the mummy necklace. Lu Min focused on the synthesis panel, thinking, I can embed a low-level magic stone in each piece of equipment, so the remaining items can be treated the same way. The system beeped, synthesis successful, select. The damage reduction attribute has been added to the hunter's armor. He selected another item, and the system displayed. Synthesis successful, select. The strength bonus has been added to the Death's Dagger. Lu Min closed the system panel and thought to himself, low-level magic stones aren't very helpful, but they're better than nothing. The crowd below was in an uproar. Is this starting now? A girl nervously gripped her spear, her face filled with anxiety. I'm a bit nervous. The man next to her patted his hands and suggested, just hold on for 30 minutes. Yang Min gritted his teeth and looked around. The people nearby all agreed. He's right, as long as we keep running, we'll be fine. Lu Min looked up and pondered. That's not necessarily true. Escaping God's punishment manifestation is not easy. In my previous life, out of 2,700 people, only about 500 survived. Everyone lost their combat stance, collapsing on the ground, and it was extremely difficult to save themselves. In the beginning, the God's punishment manifestation was a monster that required 5 level 40 players to barely defeat. He looked up at the shimmering crack in the sky, thinking he would just kill it directly and get the big reward. Lu Min recalled the moment he defeated the Angel Brill. Because I have that title, Killing Brill. The system prompt appeared, first kill of the Angel title achieved, fulfilling the conditions to become the first to kill an angel. Effect, all attributes are doubled when fighting against divine creatures. A dazzling angel appeared, spreading its wings, and the God's punishment manifestation was a divine creature. The figure of the God's punishment manifestation attracted everyone's attention, and the crowd began to stir. Is that the God's punishment manifestation? Then we just need to avoid it to survive, right? Why does it seem so simple? I thought there would at least be a monster. Yang Min relaxed his body and breathed a sigh of relief. Damn, that scared me. The people next to him raised their hands to observe, but saw nothing. The bell on the staff of the God's punishment manifestation jingled gently. The God's punishment manifestation stepped forward, one step at a time. He glanced at the staff, then raised it high. The staff struck the ground with a sudden force, emitting a strong magical fluctuation. The magical fluctuation quickly spread, shocking everyone. Everyone looked in surprise at the dazzling light, and the entire space was covered. The system prompt appeared, the God's punishment manifestation has set the restriction range. People within the magical range panicked, trying to break out, but to no avail. What's going on? Restriction. Range. The system displayed, unless the creator cancels the area, you cannot leave this area. The faces of those who had damaged the relics gradually turned pale, anxiously asking, can we not leave? Won't we be trapped here? The system beeped, the attributes of those within the range have permanently decreased by 50%. They beat the magic circle within the magical range, calling for help, get us out. Lu Min thought, looking at them, pondering. Nearly 300 people are trapped. A player asked curiously, what's that big ball? He thought regretfully, it's a pity, but I can't save those 300 people. The God's punishment manifestation bent down. Soon, thousands of swords appeared around the God's punishment manifestation. He turned his head to look elsewhere, slightly curling his lips, thinking, it's starting now. The people inside the circle screamed in agony, as groups of swords stabbed towards them. They shouted loudly, desperately trying to avoid the sharp sword tips. Damn it, is it trying to make us dodge these things? It's hard to see with the naked eye. Countless swords kept appearing from the god's body. The screams echoed in all directions, as groups of corpses fell under the sword rain. Trapped in the restricted area, avoiding these light swords was nearly impossible. The atmosphere became gloomy, but on the other hand, as long as we avoid these, there's nothing difficult. Ryu Min suddenly left, seizing the opportunity while everyone was distracted. He watched the god's back, thinking to himself. As expected, when it hunts humans, it doesn't care about what's behind. When it drops its shield, I'll attack. The sword rain continued to strike at the people in the circle. Ryu Min looked up at the magical barrier, a thought flashed through his mind, now's the time. He slowly approached the back of the god, thinking to himself, it can't turn around to look because it has no ears. Ryu Min gripped his scythe tightly and pounced towards the god, thinking the distance between them was about 5 meters. The markings on the god's body appeared, and he spoke the words, "Death mark." Ryu Min's sharp scythe pointed directly at the god, thinking, "I need to make this one strike fatal." The god turned around in surprise. He swung his scythe